Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and as we continue the good practice for security tips and to make sure that you stay safe, we have the top 10 security tips. And this is good for any types of platform. It's not even just Windows. It is security experts top 10 list. And once again, as you notice, we are now going to start tip number 4. We haven't talked about antivirus because it is not a security. So what's number 4? Passwords. Passwords. People have a hard time with those. This is still, in 2023, the top 10 passwords used online. Do you recognize a password you use in there? You are a very bad user using any of these passwords or anything close to it. This is to avoid, first of all, because it's obvious you'll be hacked in any accounts that you have created with this. And it's incredible that in 2023, people still use these. They're still the top passwords, and this is incredible. How do we know these are the passwords? Well, there's leaks all the time, and these leaks will leak passwords all the time. And what we get is we look at what's the most popular of all the passwords. It's always the same thing. These top 10 passwords. So, good passwords. And good passwords is not just having, a long password. It's also having a password that has variety in it. Special characters, numbers, letters, upper, lowercase, a mix of all of that, and a long one too. Different passwords for every website you visit. Every website should have its own password. Why? Because if one of the websites gets a data breach, if they can find the passwords, well, your password's out there, and now every website you visit, some hacker will try all the details that they know about you. That's your email, for example, and a password, the password they found in the stolen data. Remember, emails are not private. A lot of people is like, oh, well, you just gave your email to the world on YouTube. Who gives? It doesn't matter. Your email is seen everywhere every time you send an email. Why do you think you have spam in an email that you barely have used? It's simply because it's been scooped up everywhere that you've sent an email. It's the way it works. Your email is not private, was never private. Just like your postal address, your civic address where you live isn't private. It's in books. It's in, all sorts of databases everywhere. This is why passwords need to be really good, different on each website. And, you can use a password manager. That simplifies things. But personally, you know what? Just make sure that you remember them. I have less problem people keeping a book with their passwords in a desk somewhere in their home than I have with people that will actually use the same password everywhere or use one of those passwords here because they can't remember anything. Ideally, try not to save passwords in your browser, but if you do, it's not a big security risk, but it's still something that often you don't want. And one of the reasons mostly is if you would get infected by some malware, it could scoop up all the passwords while it's on your computer, So, but the big practice is really to make sure you have a good complex password and a different one for every website you visit. Keep that in mind as a security feature. And you know what? Chances are your accounts are not going to be hacked. Remember, when I see somebody saying, oh, Facebook has problems, accounts are being hacked here and there, or, Outlook has a problem because, accounts are being hacked here and there. No, they don't. They do not have problems. The problem is this is what people use as passwords. You see them here, the top 10. And tons of people on Facebook, tons of people on Outlook, tons of people on different accounts use these, and then they wonder why they got hacked. and they blame the services for being hacked, when in reality, it's them not being secure and using bad practices that has their account hacked. And of course, this does mean that using two-factor authentication is important. That is something that will add to the security of your device and your computers and your accounts. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.